Hello, 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 hello. I'm Lynn Browder, and we are about to paint some flowers. And everyone's going, we know, we've been there. I have a son, Owen, who is 11, and he helps me paint the flowers and other things. He helps me paint the backgrounds with a hand over hand method, and then I paint the rest. So we've been painting for a while, and I truly love painting flowers. But I've been trying to do some other things, and some days you just have to go back to flowers. I kept looking at this background, and it made me think of kind of a vintage feel for some reason. And so here we are. That's where I'm gonna kind of, just color wise, I suppose, I don't know, that's where I'm kind of basing this off of, I think. And so we're gonna do some big flower and then see where it goes from there. I'm not sure, a lot of my flowers tend to look like a lot of my flowers. I seem to get a theme, and that's what happens. But I told myself I was gonna kind of branch out just a hair here, and that's what I'm trying to do. I want to be able to, create a little more of a diversified bunch, if I can say so. But that does not always happen with me, because I get it in my head that something is going to happen, and then it kind of reacts a little differently, or I do something a little different, and it doesn't happen. So I'm trying to kind of stick to a plan. And a lot of these lines that I already put on here truly don't matter, because we're going to be doing something on them, with them, near them, as it goes along, so it'll be okay. That looked a little thick right there, for like it was pooling. I've got a sneeze that just will not come out. I feel fine, but I have been having sinus, I almost said severe sinus, I can't talk with S's, sinus stuff the last few days, and so it just feels, I feel like I'm gonna constantly sneeze, so I do occasionally, but that's kind of where I'm at. It just doesn't, I feel very sinusy and loud, I suppose. Now see, there's little tiny pockets of air in these, and so I want to try to like pop them. The weather is back, it was up into the 60s today, and every time the weather goes back and forth, it's it's hard on the paints. It's hard on my paints. They kind of get stuck together or really loose. It's different every time. So it's hard to know what to do with the paints some days, because it truly is baffling what's happening to them. So I'm distracted now by the rain. We have had, again, that's truly not going to matter right here what I'm doing, because most of that will probably be turned into something else or somewhere else. The rain is falling, and I can hear it, and so it's distracting me. Oh, see how that little tiny dot formed right there? I wonder if that will stay. I get so excited with things like that happen just randomly, and I don't want it to be messed up by anything else that I put. Oh, that's so very exciting to me. I get excited over these things, you see. So I'm hoping that I don't slip up and put something else on top of it. And I hope that it stays and I don't shake it too much that it doesn't stay, because then I would be kind of sad. So, I've been doing a few Christmas paintings and different things, so I haven't been painting quite as many flower bunches. And so when I do a lot of the flower bunches, make them a lot of times like this, kind of a little more simplistic or something. And I don't know why, but that's kind of what I tend to do. And so I kind of promised myself tonight that I would do just a little bit more flowery flowers. So that's what I'm attempting to do here, is something a little more, I call them old-fashioned or vintage flowers, but I don't know that that's really what's happening here, but it sounds good. It sounds like a plan. Now see how, hopefully you can see some of the colors coming out of there. When I paint, you may not have noticed, I generally paint with one paintbrush and lots of paint on my hands when I'm painting flowers. And partly I do that for this particular flower. The way this particular flower formed is I love to leave a lot of the colors on my paintbrush, so you can possibly see. It might be hard to focus on there, or the camera might be going too much in and out, but I love leaving the colors on there. This is the purple and the blues and kind of the reddish colors or orangey colors on there, because the way that it forms, that just makes me happy. It just makes me happy. That's the end of the story. It just makes me happy. If you've watched me paint flowers before, I say that I love to watch paint dry, and this is why. I love to watch how paint like literally dries on different color canvases, and how, you know, it makes a huge difference when you're painting. Like if this was a light blue versus this kind of it was made with a bluish color and a greenish color and a burgundy-ish kind of thing. And so it changed as, you know, the colors were there. And that's the part that is so fascinating to me, is how the colors warm up or change as you go through it. So that's what's always kind of interesting to me, as what I'm waiting for, what I like to see. And sometimes, you know, it's about creating the different effects as you go along. And I always joke because, you know, I have absolutely no green thumb at all. I have no, none, yeah, no green thumbs. But I love painting, and I love, you know, creating flowers that really truly don't exist. But in my mind they do, or on the canvas they do. And that's what's pretty exciting to me, is you can create flowers, and even if you don't have a green thumb, they're here, ready to go, you know? Ready to be and that's what's fun. That's what's fun about all of this. So we're creating flowers. I'm trying to make some different styles, because like I said, I get stuck. I get very stuck creating a flower and it looking the same as all the other flowers. Now, a lot of times what I'll do is I try to shorten some of the lengths in the flowers, so that the flower is looking tilted or sideways. That way it's like in the bunch in a different direction, instead of them all being forward facing. And that kind of gives it, again, some more of the dimensions and how everything kind of works together. So now I'm going to try to do a flower over here without messing up my little cool dot there. I get very super excited about things like that dot. That truly makes me happy. It's so silly and it's so exciting, but that tiny little dot is just, it's exactly, to me, what painting is all about. An inspiration and a moment of, I don't even know, from that. And I can't wait to see what happens when it dries. Because who knows if it's even going to look remotely similar, I can't talk, similar to what it is there, you know, but look how cool it is right now. It just makes my heart so happy. I mean, seriously. Do you not get happy? There's, you know, that's the thing, is like, there are so many things that just make me happy for no particular reason. And that's one of seriously, it's so funny to me how something so not, I don't even know, but that has made me like so happy. Something so simple that was just kind of, a little bit of a fluke, really. It just landed like that. And that's the part of this that makes me so excited. It just gets so much happiness. There's just so much happiness from something like that. Sometimes I put little filler moments in here to kind of bulk it up. Which I'm going to do right about here. Oh, I just don't want to get involved in that. See, I gotta concentrate, because if I cover that one up, I will be sad. I will be sad, folks. I will be sad. I will be heartbroken. So I gotta just keep my cool and watch where I'm putting all this stuff, because it's I gotta just make sure that I don't I don't mess it up, because that would be sad. I've done that before. I've gotten so excited about something, and then I'm talking and not paying any attention to what I'm doing, and gone. 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 So I want to try to not mess it up completely. So we had a very busy day today. We went to an event. Now I made this almost too dense, but that's okay. We went to an event that they were giving away adaptive toys, not tools, toys, for kids that had a hard time, like for pushing buttons and different things, fine motor skills to work on. And so we went to that. They had activities and just all kinds of things, and it was really fun and exciting, because Owen doesn't always want to go to events. He has been wanting more so to go to things, which is huge and very thrilling to me, because he hasn't wanted to go to things over the last, several years. And this is exciting to me, to be able to take him to places that he wants to go and things he wants to see. So it's very awesome. And so that was a nice event, nice thing to do today. And then he went and he spent time with his grandma. And then sorry, I'm losing track here. It was warmer today. It was in the 60s, so we went and we played in the mud. And then we came home, and I'm always trying to have Owen eat different foods. And he has a hard time if he eats food like something at my mom's. He doesn't always want to eat it at our house or out, or there's different rules for different places, different times. And so she had given him graham crackers and cream cheese spread on them. Well, he called them he called it marshmallows on the graham crackers, which was completely fine. But it was exciting to me because he ate them here as well. And that's not something he always does. And so it was very cool for him to actually eat them. And then he requested more of them. And he requested more of them. So it was good. It was a good experience for him. And good thing for me. I wanted this on top of that, I think. Sometimes you gotta decide which way something's going. And then I just want these little purple. I had already put them in there, but they kind of, this is what I was talking about, how I like to watch paint dry. Once they started to dry, they kind of really went away. And I wanted a little kind of more dotted experience with this. I don't know why, but I did. And I think I have dot. I want like something over here. Maybe I just need to add. Sometimes that's what's hard, is like trying to figure out where like things go, because it doesn't have to all be equal, but sometimes it needs like a little extra lines and such outward. So kind of sort of liked it better the other way, but we can't go back. We can't go back. So now I'm just gonna add, and I still have to remember not to touch that dot, because I'm just gonna kind of go in here and add some green, but I don't want to be on top of that dot. Just kind of adding a little texture to this. You know how when you get a bunch of flowers, you kind of have just some random leaf sticking places. So I'm just gonna do a few little thinner leaves. And not too much, because I don't want to just make it kind of go away there. Okay, so I'm excited that dot stayed. Now I sign this O for Owen, and then L, and B. Whoops. There we go. Okay. I think I'm just going to make this one a little more green. Green. There we go. Oh, which makes me then want one over here, just a little. Okay, now I'm done. Now I'm gonna walk away. All right, thank you so much for watching and being a part of our day. Toodles.